Timetable, and a lot of it was driven by the fact that Frank was available and in high demand. And although I felt Rob and we were thorough about the process, we did move expeditiously.
How quickly did this jump off the radar?
How quickly?
Yes.
Well, once we quickly got over the realism of Scott departing, we immediately had Frank on our list. We were aware of the fact that he had been interviewing already. We were aware of the fact that he potentially had an offer from another team already. And so we knew that we had to move very, very quickly. And we moved quickly over the weekend. Rob spent, as he said, a considerable amount of time with him on the telephone first. And then we moved quickly. As we were in Grand Rapids for our quarterly meeting with the family, we moved quickly to get Frank to Grand Rapids on Monday.
Even though the wins haven't been there, what does it say about the organization that you can still get a coach of his caliber?
Well, first and foremost, and Frank said it himself, we do have a reputation of winning. Over the years, the organization has won quite significantly. One of the few teams that have been able to be, to go to two separate NBA finals, and we're still amongst the East leaders in playoff appearances, over the last 20 years, etc. I think Frank saw through the fact that we have been rebuilding, and it takes some time to do that. But he also recognizes that we've got quite a bit of talent on the roster, and that he's excited about coaching. That he feels can get us back, as he said, to the playoffs quickly. And he feels that we can continue to win for, as he said to us, 8 to 10 years in the very least.
Alex, what are your thoughts when you hear Frank say, we're going to win this year, we're going to go to the playoffs this year?
We believe him. It's exactly what we feel. We feel like we were on that path before. To add his experience of, having been to the playoffs 5 of the last 6 years, having been to the Eastern Conference Finals twice in the last 6 years, it's one of those pieces that we've talked about, in addition to veteran players, that is necessary to tell our young guys who have never been there how to get there, and to truly transition them from not having been to the playoffs to regularly being in the playoffs. That level of experience, for somebody who hasn't been there, you can only say it, but for someone who has been there, you can prove it, and you can talk in detail about how we're going to get there. And we believe Frank's going to be able to do that right away.
Is there any thought among the franchise that Scott leaving was a blessing in disguise?
No departure is fun. Obviously, it's part of our business. But, I'm a firm believer of when one door closes, another one opens. And sometimes even a better one can open. We believe that could be the case here. As the door closed on, Scott's short tenure here, the door opened, for us to be able to attract a coach of Frank's caliber and of his success. And we believe it opens a door that could be a lot more successful.
The response from the fans towards this coaching hire has been overwhelmingly positive. Since you've had such a long tenure with the team, is the excitement level that fans seem to have towards this hiring the highest you've ever seen for any previous coaching hire?
As I look back on all of our coaching hires, the closest that I would equate it to is when we hired Stan Van Gundy. But I also believe that, at that point in time, Frank comes in with a greater track record as it relates to having been to the Eastern Conference Finals twice, and has been to the playoffs 5 of the last 6 years. The only year being, the year that Paul George was unavailable because of his broken leg. So, of course, they're going to be excited. They see the track record. So, in that regard, I would agree with you. I would say yes. The fans seem to be as excited about a Magic coach as they've ever been.
Have you spoken to players at this point and gotten a sense of how they're feeling?
I have spoken to a few of them, yeah. Particularly the guys who were here today, and they're very excited about it. They, like the fans, recognize that Frank's been there. He's been successful. He's gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's where they want to go. So it excites them, to have that kind of leader.
This city, this team is trying to bring back All-Star Weekend. That's not a secret.
Right.
How much has the project for the entertainment complex across the street? How much is the timetable for when all the I-4 project or whatnot get completed? How much does that impact your application process here over the next few years?
Well, the application process is dependent upon when the bids are put out by the league. And, I think the moon and the stars are going to align on a similar path here, not because we planned it that way, but simply because, the next two available are, in 19 and 20. And by that time, our complex should be close, if not complete. The I-4 construction should be just about over. So the timing of all of that should be almost perfect.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it.